I watched the Elvis movie and I watched the Whitney Houston movie. Shouts out to the Elvis movie. Good movie, man. Good movie. I didn't. That's not the right.
Still need to watch it in this. That's one movie. Can't watch with them jigaboos, bro. Just ruined it. I couldn't. Handle it. Gotta watch it. I might watch it tonight. Yeah, I might actually watch that shit tonight.
Now the Whitney Houston movie fucking sucks.
I bet it did.
Now the Whitney Houston movie fucking sucks. But I'm thinking the reason why they have to do that first. Well, let me say this. Oh, well, that could be my hot take. One of my hot takes of the week. Stop making movies about people who are dead. All you're gonna do is put your hurt ass feelings into the film and start shitting on folks that don't need to be shit on, or maybe you're going too hard, and you're gonna make yourself seem like the fucking hero. I didn't forget about the Biggie Smalls movie. P. Diddy, you're not a hero. I saw him. You're not a hero, P. Diddy, bitch. And the NWA movie, Dr. Dre, you're a bitch too.
Oh yeah,
you're not the hero.
Fuck you. My dad explained. I went to the movies with my dad. One, did not know at the time my dad was such an NWA fan up until that point.
Nigga dressed like straight out of.
Hey, nigga came there all black, Raiders hat. I'm like, when did you own?
You never talked about this.
You never owned a Raiders hat. In there, he's going word for word, bar for bar. Nigga, I forgot what scene it was. I think it was. What the fuck was it? The bus scene? Like they stopped on the bus and it was somewhere ran. It was just something like Dr. Dre did something. It was like supposed to be like Good Hearted or some shit. Nigga, my dad in the theater himself. Oh hell no, that's some bullshit. Loud. I was like, what? After the movie, Easy done died. This nigga got a tear going down his eye and shit. After the movie, he's like, nah, that ain't right. Nah, he was just proceeding to tell me the whole rundown of. This nigga Dr. Dre's a bitch. He was beating on women. He was blah, blah. I was like, whoa. I'm 18. Like, I just got old enough to talk about this with you, big guy. Relax.
But in the movie, they didn't talk about none of that shit.
He punched one woman in the face. I was like,
I was doing it the whole time. The whole time. The whole NWA shit. The whole time.
Career, he was beating up women in that fucking mansion. They get the movie. You know what's crazy? Watching it back now, I knew they probably rewrote the no Vaseline scene because when them women was sitting there, he did this one. I know they got punched in the face.
Oh, so
I know for a fact.
Look, so and that's what I found out last week. That's why I was talking about Dr. Dre in the space. Yo, so Ice Cube breaks up with them, and so one of the NWA woman members is literally like she's out in Hollywood or wherever the fuck she is, and somebody like pulls her over to do an interview on camera. Mm-hmm. Ice Cube so happens to walk by, gets in the interview, sneak disses Dr. Dre, and then leaves. And she's sitting there like, So then they fast forward, the interview's airing on MTV or whatever. All the NWA people are sitting there. It's like a company meeting. Sitting there. Her name is D Barnes or D Brown or something like that. Sitting there, listening to the conversation. The interview comes on. They see Ice Cube there. And Dr. Dre's like, oh, so you with him. Gets up in the meeting, starts beating her. She tries to run to the bathroom. He continues to beat her in the bathroom, grapes her, beats her again. Yeah, I know it gets crazy. It gets insane. And then finishes. Everybody else is just sitting there like, hey, man, this is crazy.
It took me a while to process what you just said.
What?
Okay.
What? He's just sitting there. Everybody's like, man, this is crazy. Now, in the movie, right, like you said, that no Vaseline scene will go so different. But he sat there in the movie and was like, let me take the high road, man.
Now, you know what's crazy? Beats by Dre has such a different meaning now, knowing his past. And it's like, Hollywood really do. They really do. Hey, Alex Jones really be making sense. They really do push shit like right in your face and expect you not to like thinking that nigga really Beats by Dre and sold that shit for $1 billion. Like, you can't write that shit. You can't write that. What the
fuck?
Bro.
No, that.
But long story less long. Yeah, y'all need to stop doing that shit.
But do you think the problem is with movies about dead people, or is that with just any biography? Because people had the same, like Scottie Pippen had the same problem with The Last Dance and Michael Jordan.
I think it's about
and Isaiah Thomas.
I think though I would have I feel better when X person wrote it. Like if that makes sense. Like if X person that this historical event is about writes it, then I think I feel better. But when somebody gets up there, and I'm not saying it's a problem. This is just the way that it shook out. Whitney Houston she was romantically involved with a woman. Mm-hmm. She in real life, She leaves her mom's house. I want to start my music career. Da 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 da. Want to get from out of the church. Leaves and stays with a friend who later on becomes her assistant. Her and the friend start getting romantic, but they only start being sexual for like 2 weeks. And then when they both say to each other, you know what, this isn't good for your music image, whatever, especially being from the church, let's stop this and let's just move on. In the movie, that relationship lasts 5 years. Like it's just their boyfriend girlfriend and girlfriend for like 5 years. It's the most insane shit in the world. Bobby Brown looks like a villain, and although he was a villain in real life,
I was just about to ask, did they make it seem like, and I haven't watched it, but I can only guess, did they make it seem like Bobby was like the main force behind her drug problem? Like it wasn't.
No. They touched on her being a part of drug, but one of the costs of her losing all her money was Bobby. I just feel like somebody's always gonna look good, somebody's always gonna look bad, somebody's gonna look better than what they were. I don't want to do it, but how it matters in this conversation that we're talking about though is those are the things that keep the allure alive for that person. Because if we just sit there and we dick suck Elvis, which to a degree he deserves his dick sucked. If we sit there and clit ride Whitney Houston, which to a degree she deserves her clit to be ridden. All the old people come out the woodwork. Yeah, the 80s are so much better. And now nobody's growing up. Look, bro, you were 10 during the 80s. It's 2023. Take that fucking Kangol off, right? Take them hammer pants off, put a fucking business suit on, and get a job. Grow up.